1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mustard, mayonnaise, turkey bacon too. That's the way we sandwich.
What's up? We got another dog. I don't know if it's even in the shot yet.
Yeah, we rented a new one.
yeah. We got a second dog.
He's got his number on the back.
Real fake dogs. Would we consider it a rescue?
Yes.
Or is it just a rental?
We're bringing her back. I'll say that much. We're bringing her back.
Speaking of bringing things back, welcome back to whatever this is, whatever we're calling it. Well, how you doing? I know we just had a 30-minute car ride to talk and catch up, but mostly we just sang along to the songs we were listening to with different lyrics. And...
You love this piss. Are you shit right now?
Do you ever eat breakfast?
Is it runny? I heard you took a shit in the sink.
Mine are more classy lyrics than what Nigel usually does.
I go for piss and shit.
That's
my...
We'll be right back. We just cut to like the what do you call that screen where it's like boop?
Yeah.
Does the like the multicolored
technical
thing.
difficulties.
Yeah. Dude, remember when TVs had static?
Yeah.
When like you didn't have signal? Kids have no idea what that even is anymore.
We had antenna cable, like the few channels that it had for a while.
Yeah.
So I know that very fondly.
Yeah.
Moving the antenna around in different spots.
Yeah. It's just funny that like if you showed a kid like TV static, they wouldn't even like recognize that as a like as what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like a
Yeah.
technical difficulty thing. They just be like, what is that?
That's scary, and that's from Roblox.
Yeah.
That's real. That lives on this earth with us. That's gonna kill me.
What is that? Oh, it's a vulture. I thought that was a
Big
I thought that
fucking
was a-
giant vulture swoops in and takes us away.
I thought that was a kid on a bike.
E.T.?
I thought that was a kid on a bike with a thing in the basket with a hood on it. Be funny. My head hurts from this hat. You know that?
Really?
Because my hair's longer than it was before last time I
yeah.
wore it.
Yeah. I have to stuff my sides
like,
up in
loosen it up.
my hat sometimes.
I'm not gonna do it though.
I'm gonna stop going to Great Clips. They just hire who the fuck ever they want. I think they're.
Yeah.
That's like twice now.
Are you telling me that Great Clips is no longer the esteemed establishment that I thought it was?
That might be the case. That's twice now. I've got my shit's been fucked up.
Thanks, Biden.
Thanks, Biden. At Trump Towers, I can get an esteemed haircut and a Trump steak.
Great Clips, more like used to be Great Clips. You know what I mean? All right. What's been up with what's the deal with all this stuff that's been happening?
Man, we just went through a flood. People lost their houses. People are missing.
Why did you laugh
sucks.
at that?
You know.
We'll be right back. Hey, you can't.
No, but a lot of people lost houses, and a lot of people are still missing right now, which sucks very, very badly.
Yeah, and I mean, this episode probably won't come out.
Yeah, this
Like,
episode's going to be
Hopefully, everything is
well
resolved
after
for the most part.
everything is fixed, hopefully, but
in the moment, yeah, it is not good.
yeah, it fucked us up. Hurricane Helene, if that's even your real name, bitch. We're coming for you.
Helene.
Helene,
Yeah.
same fucking difference.
It's actually important that you pronounce it correctly. You don't want to misidentify the hurricane.
Yeah. Sorry. She's coming. They're coming.
Day is coming.
Yeah, it's fucked us up though. We're out of water. We have no running water for
Yeah, we're completely out of water. We have like
probably
nothing to drink.
no water at all. No running water in the houses, in any of the houses for probably about a week.
Take off sprinting. We had to dump buckets of water in our toilets to flush. Honestly, I mean, I think we both have gotten the least of it.
Yeah, we got lucky.
As far as
where
people
we
who have
were.
gotten any of it.
Yeah, we got very lucky where both of our places were. So
Yeah. we're
We
kind of
avoided
in
the brunt of it.
we have like a halo of destruction
Yeah.
around us, but
The most we're dealing with is no water right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. I've
Yeah.
got some stuff to donate. I'm gonna go donate hopefully this today maybe or tomorrow, whichever I can get out.
Yeah.
But
that hat has never been more true.
yeah.
By the end of the week, it might.
Bad.
By the end of the week, it might be everybody will be wearing that hat
Yeah,
in one way or another.
man. I should give out a bunch of pond water hats to
Yeah.
some people.
I don't know if they'll take the joke well or
No,
not. But
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, being without water for likely a week sucks.
Yeah.
And washing your hair with cold room temperature water.
yeah,
Sucks
not
as
fun, but yeah, when you get on social media and you see what other people are dealing with,
Oh, yeah.
it's like,
It's way
Okay,
worse. Yeah,
I can deal with this.
Thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful that that's all we're doing.
yeah,
I'm thankful that we're not out of power and everything as well, because a lot of people still don't have power.
Speaking of power, thank you for that segue. This weekend is the final, or it was the final qualifier for the Vintage Cube live Vegas event.
No, this is just like an event where people go to Vegas. They rent out like the Luxor or something, and it's just like an old like box that some guy made, and they just kind of look at it.
Well, it's not
It
just
doesn't tour much or
some-
something.
It's not just some guy. Obviously, they wouldn't go to Vegas just for some guy.
James Garfield.
Yes, it's James Garfield.
I don't understand. It
It was the last weekend to get tickets to it. Okay. No,
You would think they would put this thing in the Smithsonian by now.
Mr. and Mrs. Smithsonian.
Mr. and Mrs. Smithsonian, if you're watching, get in contact with the Vintage Cube guy, because this is ridiculous.
You're telling me there's only one? There's only one Vintage Cube? How many guys come to see this? It's the Vintage Cube live Vegas event for, if you're familiar at all with Magic the Gathering. A lot of people wanted to play in it. I think they said over 7,000 people played in the tournament online to try to qualify, but only 8 people get to go. And the reason it's such a tight race for it is when you get to Vegas, you get to draft actual old Power 9 cards, which even if you're not super familiar with Magic the Gathering, you've probably heard of Black Lotus as being a card, like a super collectible, valuable card. There will be an actual Black Lotus in the event that somebody will draft and take home with them.
That's
among
crazy.
all the rest of the Power 9, all the Moxes and Time Walk and whatever else you've heard of. But yeah, pretty wild. So I played a ton of matches to try to get into that. Obviously didn't make it. It's super difficult to get in. I won't go into detail about that, of course, but pretty cool event. Something they haven't done before, and hopefully something they do again in the future. Maybe give it a couple of years, but
Yeah.
it would be cool.
Vintage is also, from what I understand, vintage is getting harder to come by because, one, all these YouTubers are buying it up and then opening the packs.
Yeah.
And then two, events like this are happening, so they're giving out their supply as well on the side.
Yeah, and at least this is
And,
already open product that's this is recirculating back and whatever.
And for people who don't know, Black Lotus used to be the most expensive card, I think, and then the One Ring came out, and then now it is technically the most expensive, though there's only one.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of people don't technically qualify that one as.
yeah, it's kind of cheated. I mean, honestly, if there was only one Black Lotus in existence, it would be so much more expensive than the One Ring.
Oh yeah.
100%. It wouldn't even be close. It would be millions of dollars if there was only one Black Lotus. But yeah, the One Ring thing, it was just because they printed that one that had the serial number 1 on it, so people went crazy. And I think Post Malone has it in his bathroom.
The guy that opened it gave it to Post Malone for free. Or maybe he gave.
Wrong.
Did he buy it for
Yeah, he
him?
bought it.
Okay.
He's not getting rid of that for free.
Okay. I didn't know. I thought he was just a big fan of Post Malone. I thought I remembered him just giving it to him because he's I just love you, man.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
Either way, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Well, we'll go with that. He gave it to him, and then Post Malone was kind enough to give him $1 million.
Yeah. There you go.
Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, $3 million.
Whatever
I think
it
it
was.
was $3 million.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Yeah, but
It's something insane. Something nobody should pay, but
Wild.
Post Malone paid because he's Post Malone.
Card games make some weird choices over their lifespans. Like I remember Yu-Gi-Oh used to print certain rarities, and then all of a sudden they decided we're not going to do any of that anymore. There's just going to be like sometimes they'll be foil and sometimes they won't, and it's just like now that doesn't really mean anything from what I understand.
Yeah.
But man, I liked Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. I played for a very short time, but when I did play, I did like it a lot. And
I liked it so much, I tried to play the least amount of time possible.
I just got into it way late, and I didn't have like any cards for my own. And then like trying to play like the online versions were just confusing because they implemented all the new rules that were like actively in the like playing base or whatever.
Yeah.
And Yu-Gi-Oh is like, it's constantly changing their rules to such a degree that like it's impossible to fucking follow.
Yeah.
And the card bans are ridiculous. They're just constantly off and on, which I know a lot of card games are like that, but like Yu-Gi-Oh is like, they'll ban a whole damn set at random, it seems like.
Well, because their ban system is different from Magic, right? Because they don't really have more than one format, isn't it? Like all
Yeah,
cards
it's just kind of just
much?
Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't think there's more formats.
Because Magic has like standard, modern, pioneer, legacy, vintage.
They might have different ones. I'm not sure because like I said, I got into it a little later.
Yeah.
But when I was a little younger, I had one of the dual discs, which was like you big things you put on your arm, and it was like fucking way out through here and shit. I don't know if you play that version any differently or if it's just technically a mobile table for your arm to play on. You know, I don't know how it works, but that might be a different variation of the main game. I don't know how it works though. So again, I don't know how it works.
I just think it was cool. Everybody who had the little dual disc thing, all they wanted to do was this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I had one. I never
that
used it to. Yeah, I never used it to actually play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh because I didn't know how to play at the time, and I only had a few cards.
I have actually, for somebody who never got into Yu-Gi-Oh hardcore, I have played a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh technically because I had one Game Boy Advance game that was a Yu-Gi-Oh game, and they made like 50 of them. But the one I had was really good. It had like, I think pretty much the oldest cards that you could get, like all the OG cards. Like Summon Skull was like the best card you could get, you know? And I played that game so much because I was always like at least a generation behind with like consoles and handheld video games. So I was rocking a Game Boy Advance when like the 3DS was out, you know, like I was still on the old stuff. I remember playing that Yu-Gi-Oh game at work. I worked at a golf course nearby in high school, and that was like, I'd wash carts, I'd go to get balls on the driving range, but anytime there was a break in the action, I was like sitting there on the chair playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I still remember that.
I had one on the PS2. It was like Duelist of the Roses or something, and oh my god, it was fun when you finally got to the gameplay. But like, dude, you had to sit and skip through like an hour and a half of a long cut, not even a cut scene, but like text, like them talking back and forth in text form, like, because I didn't animate the cut scene or anything, but it literally, even skipping through everything took like a solid 10 minutes at least of time. And oh my god, every time I'd pop the game in, I didn't have a memory card at the time, so I'd have to start it over and play just like wherever, like the first mission or two or whatever, until I got bored. And oh my god, I'd pop it in and I'd just be like, oh, and then I just would always just turn the fucking console off after that. I'd get so immediately turned off by it.
Yeah, the one I played, it didn't really try to do any of that.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool the way they did it. Like I really enjoyed the pattern of it. It was like you get to choose between like I think 3 starter decks. You get your deck, and then there was like a ring of opponents to play on the screen. There was like maybe 5 people, and the first ones were all the like amateur, you know, Joey and the brown haired girl, and like Yugi was like the last one you fought. Whatever, like just like his buddies, you know.
Yeah.
And then you win that little circle, that one gets full, and then you move on to the next little circle, and it's like, I guess whatever first little villains they face, like the bug guy and the dinosaur guy, you know.
That's
whatever.
cool.
So they've got their decks with like those kinds of monsters in them.
Yeah.
But then you had this calendar, like as you were going along, you go to look at this calendar, and on certain days you'd get like free packs, and you'd get like you get to go to like the card store.
That's
and
awesome.
talk to this old guy that was from the show. I think it's like Yugi's dad or something. I don't know, his grandpa. And he would give you stuff, or you'd like play in this week, it's Saturday, so it's a tournament day. So you have to play like best 2 out of 3 with a guy. And then, but if you win that one, you get like extra packs.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty in-depth for,
Yeah.
So
that's why I played so much of it. It was like, it was really well done, like well formulated.
That's cool.
And you go to the next ring, and it's like, eventually you get to like Pegasus and like the guy who had Exodia, you know. It was before Yu-Gi-Oh got like really weird and crazy with all the rules and different effects and different card types, so it was like a relatively simple version.
Pretty straightforward, yeah. That's what I liked. That's when I liked it. Was kind of simple, straightforward. It was just so hard to get past that first screen as a kid. Oh my God, it was just such a chore to even like sit through that I just never even gave it the time of day.
Man, it's so funny to think about like old video games never having any skippable cutscenes or skippable title screens or anything. We made it. You're gonna watch it. There's also that thing though, just like being a kid, especially when you didn't have much money or like especially money to spend on video games, where you just kind of had to play what you had. Yeah. Like you play what you got from your relatives or friends or borrowed, or what your parents got you for Christmas or your birthday, and that was it. But yeah, you just enjoyed what you had, and it wasn't like
what you had.
It wasn't like you turn on your console and you see this just like menu of store games that you can buy online. The kids now, they can just be like, this game, I want this.
It was so much.
Mom, give me $20 to buy this game.
Yeah.
Right now, and then
so
I'll play
much
it.
Simpler.
It was like, Christmas. Oh, what am I gonna get? What game is gonna be in there? And
dude,
you get something. You get like Skate 2 or whatever.
I was just thinking about that the other day, man. Like, it's so the gaming scape is so different because, like, when you think about like arcade machines, for instance, people go to the arcade. Like, this was before home consoles were like super. This was Homecome. This is before home consoles were like really big and shit. So like everybody was going to the arcade to play games, but like in an arcade, you're playing like a quick, like you're doing something and then you're done, or you're putting in coins and trying to beat it like within 10 30 minutes, whatever. You pop in
beat it by 10:30.
Yeah, you pop in some coins into like the Ninja Turtles arcade and you can beat it in like an hour if you really just keep popping coins in, and you're good. And then I remember getting PlayStation demo discs, like PS1 demo discs. Like I had Jam Pack Summer of '99 demo disc, and it just had all these demos on it, man. And McDonald's did this too. They would release like games during a period of time on CDs, like full games. Taco Bell released a full PC copy of My Sims in their drive-thru, like the full game. I think McDonald's had like Pets Cats or something, and like something else.
McDonald's had Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah. But
this was before it even came out. They had like.
I just remember playing through demo discs though, and like just playing the demos over and over and over, and that was like satisfactory enough. Or like, back then when McDonald's was giving out demo discs and like people going home and playing like demo, like just like, ooh, I really want to play Spyro, and then they go home and play that same level of like demo level of Spyro over and over and over, and that's their fix for Spyro. Like they don't need to go buy Spyro. They have a Spyro game at home. Yeah. They can play. It's like playing an arcade version of Spyro. You're just playing through the one level, and that was satisfactory enough for a lot of people.
Or in my case, you have access to the full game, but you're a little kid who sucks at video games, and so you just keep replaying the first temple in Ocarina of Time.
That too, dude. I had so many games that were like that. The first game that I ever like fully beat myself was Open Season, the game on PS2. And I
remember that game.
Yeah, I got that on Christmas one year when I first got my PS2. And I would play that thing. I got to where I could beat it in like an hour or two so fast. And I beat it like 7 times over and over and over. I was so happy that I finally could like fully beat a video game on my own, like playing games. I've played games my whole life up until that point, but always off of other people's saves, or always just, you know, like you said, the first level over and over and over.
Dude, borrowing a game or renting a game and seeing somebody else's save file on it was so like such a nostalgic thing.
There's a guy on YouTube who does that. He'll go buy a bunch of thrifted memory cards and he'll try to complete the saves on them sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, finding old saves on memory cards was fun. I remember I had a copy of Nintendogs that I let somebody borrow, and I made it clear. I was like, don't delete my dogs. Like, you can adopt a new one. I don't give a shit. Don't delete my dogs, though. And he came back like a few days later because it was a weekend at school. I let him borrow it on the bus, and he'd come back. He gave it to me, and I started up my DS, and I didn't have any of my dogs. And I was like, well, like, I got fucking sick. I got sick to my stomach. I opened my DS. All my dogs were gone on Nintendogs. And I stood up and said, where are my dogs? And he said, I got rid of them. I started my own. Stop it. You are not him.
Oh, it's so dumb.
God damn it. We're unhinged.
Fuck, I'm crying now.
Point being, he deleted my fucking Nintendogs, and I was pissed. And I just stood up and fucking hit him in the back of the head as hard as I could on the bus. And he just was like, ow! He turned around and was like, what was that for?
Oh,
dick? So that's for deleting my Nintendogs.
Wow. You punched him in the back of the head, huh?
Yeah. Don't delete my fucking Nintendogs, dude.
Oh, shit. Hey, remember when I pretended to be the guy? It really wasn't even that funny.
That was classic.
I don't know why it tickled me. Oh, do you want an update on me living with my father?
Yes.
Okay, so I got him into the show Frasier.
Nice.
Are you familiar with the show?
Yes, of course.
Hey, baby, I see the blues crawling. Toss salads and
The Frasier theme, yeah.
scrambled eggs.
I'm not your little monkey.
They're calling again.
I don't fucking remember the lyrics.
You never know with him, like, whether he's going to like something like that or hate it. And he loves it.
Hell yeah.
So, big fan of Frasier. I think the biggest selling point, he laughs at a lot of the jokes and stuff, but the biggest selling point is the dad being like, you know, ex-cop, just, well, whatever, you're gay. Whatever. You know? He doesn't say that, of course, but he basically says that.
Yeah.
Every single one of his lines could have been replaced with, hey, you're gay.
You're gay.
You've been fine. And I also got him hooked on Liquid Death.
Liquid Death Waters, yeah.
He saw it in the story. He's like, what is Liquid Death? Why do they call it that? I said, it's water. It's like flavored water. He's like, yeah, but why do they call it Liquid Death?
Market it.
I was like, well, the tagline is murder your thirst. So he drank like 4 in like 10 minutes.
It's genius. A lot of those companies started doing that, man. Marketing themselves like beer, but they're just water.
Yeah.
They're like the official water of like Bonnaroo and shit now, which is cool, but it also sucks because now a water is $1 more than a Coca-Cola at the hot music festival, at the hot 4-day music festival. So
as it should be. So what's on the horizon?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I finally got Lou started on his channel finally.
Oh, yeah.
He's finally getting hyped about doing more content. He did a couple Roblox videos he recorded while I was recording one, and then he edited his own version of it and put it up, and it got a few views. And then he did the second part, which it got like 100 views, probably like 1,000 now just since this morning, and it got him real hyped. So he just edited his last one last night.
Nice.
I guess he's posting it today. We'll see how it does, but he's getting hyped about it, I think. So that's cool. He just got a second monitor, so he's in the PC zone now too. Yeah,
dude, that's so clutch.
The second monitor changes the whole game.
I remember the first time I had a second monitor. It was like it wasn't a nice monitor at all, but like just having that second screen was so good.
Oh yeah.
To just like be able to be playing Magic or like playing a game on your main screen and have like a show on. And
Yeah, show or like
I mean, you
have
can do that with
Discord
TV,
on
obviously,
the
but
side
like
or whatever,
you know,
yeah.
it's different to have like a.
Yeah, it's
You feel like you're in
yeah.
your own little encapsulated thing.
It's like having two computers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like literally just like having two
Yeah.
computers.
I just keep buying monitors because it's basically like having 10 computers.
Literally, if your computer's decent enough, like yeah, like it is.
Yeah. I got like 50 computers.
I thought about ordering a couple of those like shitty mini computers just for like working on. Like
Oh, the shitty minis? Yeah.
Yeah, the shitty minis. They come in like little boxes.
We
Yes.
get this with money?
Yeah, generally, but could always get a gun.
Oh. So we get the gun with money.
We're in the South. We get a gun.
Get the gun.
Get the computer for free.
How does that... Wait, you weren't thinking of pointing the gun at anyone, were you?
That's against gun safety.
Yeah, that with the safety off. That actually wasn't that funny.
Guns aren't funny. That's why we didn't do the show. Guns aren't funny.
Jerry Seinfeld, ladies and gentlemen.
Jerry Seinfeld on the gun episode.
The gun, George gets a gun. Dude, George Costanza with a gun might be the scariest thing.
Who touched my jacket? Huh? I know it was one of you.
You think I won't do it?
I won't do it, all right. He tries to pull the trigger. It's on safety. The other guy gets out and shoots him.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Jerry's just like drinking. He's like drinking a glass of orange juice. He's like, you know, it's on safety, right?
Yeah. So they're in the hospital later. So you tried to shoot someone with your safety.
Yeah.
George does that look.
Nobody told me I had to take the safety.
Nobody told me about the safety, Jerry. Besides, didn't even have any ammo. Didn't even have any bullets.
I just thought, you know, he would run away when he saw the gun.
You mean it was just for looks?
Yeah.
Just for looks.
Yeah. Kramer bursts in. Hey, George, I heard what happened. I mean, he got the drop on you?
Well, you can't be doing that. You got to keep the safety on.
Yeah.
Oh, mama.
Yeah.
Then
Kramer
Kramer's
shoots
in
his
the
foot.
hospital bed next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it was loaded? I guess so. Had one bullet in it. Kramer tries to like flip it around,
Yeah.
holster it. That'd be good. They should have more gun humor in Seinfeld when they bring it back. Oh, they're actually bringing back Frasier.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
see
a
that?
few episodes, I think.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've heard it's not the greatest, but
Yeah.
I don't
What's
know.
the main guy's name? Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Casey Grammer.
Casey Grammer. Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt.
Richard Nixon, Studebaker, television,
Psycho.
television, Casey Grammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Television Frasier, Casey Grammer.
Psycho nuts.
Psycho nuts, Richard Horvitz.
Storms in the east. Out of order, Seinfeld makes a gun episode.
No, Chuck is gone now.
We're gonna have to cut out so
Smith
much.
& Wesson, Jerry. Banya's trying to give me a Smith & Wesson.
Yeah. Dude, we got something here.
What do you mean do I carry? Of course I carry. I'm a mailman, Jerry. I keep that motherfucking thing on.
Jerry's like, oh, wait, those dead dogs on the news? That was you?
He just like walks away.
he does it like the Newman face.
Well,
I have to deliver the mail, Jerry.
rain or shine.
You don't work in the rain.
We do now. Bullet rain, Jerry.
Newman starts playing Bullet Rain video games. Bullet hell, Jerry. flies all over me. Can't get enough of me.
You're all black. You look like a horse.
You look like a horse. Why'd you wear that? It makes
Now
you look
grow
like a
muscles
horse.
under your clothes to twitch every time those flies start biting.
I don't think they can hear that, but there's something shrieking behind us. This is a pretty good green screen.
I got it. It's like on Temu or something, dude, of all places.
yeah?
Temu has the best green screens. This is all Temu green screen, man. And we got this turf from like fucking Ollie's or something. They randomly had turf.
Yeah,
Like-
we had to tromp it down a little bit.
Yeah,
We did a lot of tromping before the episode.
a lot of tromping on turfs.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Yep.
Because if we didn't do that, you wouldn't get this.
We're in a big old sea monkey tank, really. Big old
I don't
sea
follow.
monkey tank. It's a big old tank of sea monkeys around us. I'm stupid. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot that's Murder Woods back there.
Oh yeah, we got a banshee right there.
Oh, yeah.
She won't shut up.
Some water.
Chubby chicken psycho.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Navajo.
Oh shit.
We never even introduced ourselves. You know that? Nobody even knows our names.
I'm Frankie,
And I'm Johnny.
and we're
Frankie and Johnny. We can't touch each other because we're actually in different countries right now.
Yeah. Big windstorm. Fuck.
I don't feel a thing. You want to make any shout outs?
You gotta say have one of the best videos of all time.
Mustard, mayonnaise, turkey bacon too. That's the way we sandwich.